When someone dies, society expects a respectful, orderly ritual of mourning. But behind the closed doors of grieving families, that ritual often masks a frantic, ruthless scramble for assets. Nowhere is this hypocrisy captured more sharply than in Stanley Houghton's 1908 play, The Dear Departed. It gives us a front-row seat to the ultimate case study in familial greed. We are going to run the raw dialogue of this incident as a kinetic simulation. By mapping exactly what these characters say and do in real time, we can track their true motives beneath the performative grief. What we find is a family's true intentions aren't measured by the volume of their tears, but by the speed at which they divide the estate. The simulation starts with the grandfather, Abel Merriweather, lying dead upstairs. Downstairs, his daughter, Amelia Slater, isn't grieving, she's stage directing. Her immediate concern is optics, demanding her daughter, Victoria, change out of colorful clothes into proper mourning attire before the rival family members, the Jordans, arrive. Amelia realizes she has a narrow window of opportunity. She plans to steal her father's slippers for her husband, Henry, and a handsome wooden bureau for herself, banking on the fact that her sister Elizabeth hasn't visited recently enough to notice the theft. Amelia and Henry meticulously conspire, moving the heavy furniture from the upstairs bedroom down into the parlor, swapping it with a shabby chest of drawers. With the clock ticking, they sweat and stagger under the bureau's weight, executing the robbery at breakneck speed. Their daughter Victoria watches them work and cuts right through the noise with a blunt question. "Are you planning to pinch it?" Her innocent honesty completely exposes her parents' weak, stuttering rationalizations. The Slaters mask their greed in extreme pragmatism. They argue the slippers will stretch and shouldn't be wasted, using sheer efficiency to justify literal robbery from a corpse that hasn't even gone cold. The front door finally opens to reveal the Jordans. They step inside wrapped in complete new mourning outfits. Every inch of this immaculate black fabric is a pre-planned aesthetic, projecting an image of perfect, respectful grief. They exchange polite pleasantries and fake sniffles for a few brief moments before the situational irony takes hold. Almost instantly, the conversation pivots into a ruthless, surgical audit of the dead man's remaining assets. The sisters' polite facade shatters entirely. They begin openly fighting over who gets the grandfather's gold watch. But the real panic sets in when they question if he actually paid his latest life insurance premium. The possibility of losing that insurance money is the only thing capable of uniting these two warring factions. The rival sisters bond in mutual outrage, cursing the dead man as a swindler for potentially denying them their payday. To settle the insurance question once and for all, Amelia forces a terrified Victoria to go upstairs into the dead man's room to fetch his keys. The calculated scheming hits a brick wall. Victoria runs back downstairs in an absolute panic, slamming the door behind her with a horrifying claim. Grandpa is getting out of bed. The door creaks open, and in walks Abel Merriweather. He isn't a ghost. He is brightly dressed, slightly hungover, and very much alive, instantly shattering the family's manufactured reality. All the plotting, the theft, and the fake mourning evaporate. The ultimate disruption to a family fighting over a premature inheritance is the sudden survival of the benefactor. Abel sits down, completely oblivious to the chaos he's caused. But his initial confusion turns into sharp suspicion when he looks down and notices his brand new slippers are currently stretched over Henry's feet. The tension breaks completely when Abel scans the room. He locks eyes with his prized wooden bureau and his handsome mantel clock, realizing his things have been moved downstairs while he was sleeping. The momentary alliance between the sisters violently collapses. Elizabeth Jordan leaps at the opportunity to play the victim, eagerly throwing Amelia under the bus and loudly accusing her of robbing their father in the dead of night. Abel sees right through both of them. He initiates the first phase of a calculated retaliation, announcing he will draw up a new will, leaving every penny and possession exclusively to whoever he happens to be living with when he finally dies. He then outlines a strict itinerary for the upcoming Monday. His first stop is the insurance office to officially pay his premium, ensuring that money is locked in and completely out of their reach. Then comes the fatal blow. Abel announces his final revenge. He is leaving this toxic house to marry Mrs. Shorrocks, the owner of the Ring of Bells pub, escaping to a place where someone actually wants to look after him. Walking out the door, Abel delivers a devastating parting shot. He thanks Amelia for kindly bringing the heavy bureau downstairs, noting it will be much handier for her to carry it across to the church for his wedding on Monday. Abel masterfully flips the entire power dynamic. He weaponizes his daughter's own greed against them, securing his absolute independence and leaving them entirely empty-handed. The kinetic transcript of this family feud lays bare a simple truth. Treating your relatives as disposable financial assets is a high-risk gamble that rarely pays out. When materialism goes unchecked and grief is reduced to a performance, the only thing you'll be left with is an empty parlor and a pair of badly stretched slippers.